guys began drafting your how-to writing. You included materials and directions on how to complete your how-to. Today, we are going to go back in and make sure that we've added paragraphs in the correct space. Before you watch this video and listen to your task for today, I want you to pause and go back into your Google document, How-To Writing. Double check to see if there are any highlighted words. If there's a highlighted word, that means that I have left you a comment. Remember, there are two types of comments that I'm going to add. One would be a positive comment that doesn't require you to take any action. The second would be a suggestion or something that I would like you to do. If I'm asking you to do something, please do that thing and then resolve the comment. If I'm just giving you a compliment, you can just resolve the comment. Pause this video now and go resolve any comments that you have on your new how-to writing draft. Now that you have gone back and checked all of your comments, I want to talk about where to add paragraphs. Some of you guys have included paragraphs already, but we want to make sure that we've made paragraphs in the correct place. Let's read our mentor text about how to decorate a Christmas tree now. As I'm reading, see if you can figure out where they add new paragraphs and why. Remember, a paragraph is a chunk of writing that's separated by an extra space. So let's look. It says, first, take the Christmas lights, starting with the plug at the bottom, wrap the lights around the Christmas tree, pulling the lights up a little each time you go around so that they cover the entire tree. Next, take your garland and wrap it around the tree in the same way as you did the lights. Then, take your ornaments out of the box and hang them on the different branches of your tree. Make sure they are spread out on the trees as you hang them. After that, hang the candy canes on different branches of the tree, spreading them out like ornaments. Last, plug in the Christmas tree. After you've followed these easy steps, you will have a beautiful Christmas tree to admire through the holidays. As I'm reading through these directions, it looks like they've started a new paragraph each time they ask me to do a new task. Notice this first section here is all focused around putting the lights on the Christmas tree. I'm not starting a new paragraph every time I start a new sentence. Instead, when I'm asking them to move on to a new direction, then I'm starting a new paragraph. Let's look at my example text. Just like my brainstorms, Just like in my brainstorms, I have written out the directions of how to poach an egg, which is a very important skill to learn. You will impress a lot of people. Now, you'll notice that I have written my directions all in one paragraph, and sometimes when we have one big paragraph, people get overwhelmed, and we want to make sure we break it into different paragraphs. So I'm going to read through, and as I read through, I'm going to push my blue pencil mark. So you guys will see that blue pencil at the bottom, and that's going to allow me to push return. I'm going to do that twice every time I start a new direction. Fill your pot with water. Put it on the stove and turn the stove onto a medium or high heat. After I fill my pot with water, I'm just doing a new direction. I'm asking them to put it on the stove, so I'm going to push return twice. Wait for your water to come to a rolling boil. A rolling boil means that it is boiling a lot. I'm going to start a new direction here and here. Actually, I think I'm going to keep that all together because I'm putting stuff on the stove, and then because it's on the heat, it's starting a rolling boil. So I'm going to keep that as one direction. Now I'm asking them to crack an egg. So while you wait, crack 1 or 2 eggs into your cup. Don't get any shells in the cup. I've done that before, and it is a rude awakening when you bite into it. Add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to the water. Then turn the stove down to a medium heat. Adding vinegar is one step, and turning the stove down is the second step. Now, I'm asking them to stir your water in a circular motion and pour your eggs into the water and set the timer for 3 to 5 minutes. If you want, I'm going to return here as a new step. If you want your yolks more done, keep it in for longer. Okay, that's one set. If your water starts to bubble, blow softly so that it doesn't overflow. When the timer rings, take your pot off the stove and fish out the eggs with a spoon. Now I've taken one big, intimidating paragraph and I've separated it into each one of the steps. Your task today is to go into your directions and separate into paragraphs. If you already have paragraphs, I want you to go back in and make sure that you separated them in the correct spots. Enjoy! Can't wait to see what you do.